Pathways is here to help you achieve your goals, just like all of your fellow Dynamically Speaking members. And if you haven't had the opportunity to explore the new Pathways, I would strongly recommend you get in there and check it out. Now, I do have a bit of an asterisk for you. If you are on the legacy paths, it meaning one of the five that they are discontinuing for the future, it it's a little underwhelming. So you have to temper your expectations a little if you're on one of those older paths. But for our newer members and for anyone that has one of the six paths that got upgraded into the new system, it is a much smoother experience. So today I'm going to give you some ideas of how you can use pathways to help you achieve your goals in becoming an excellent speaker. Some of us are thinking about paid professional speaking, but even if you're just thinking about how you can use this for your work, for your professional life, in your personal life, giving a toast for our namesake, you can still find a lot of resources that can help you, and not just in the features, but obviously in the projects themselves. So I'm going to point out a lot of the new features in the platform because that's the focus, but the content is really solid. It'll help you grow. Make sure you dive in. I know there were times in the last platform that I would kind of click through. I'm finding myself enjoying paying attention to the content more because it is much better presented. So you can develop leadership, communication, event planning, marketing skills, all kinds of fun stuff through the projects. All right, so we I'm gonna do kind of a live overview of a few of the features, and I wanted to frame it with some advice from some accredited speakers. One of whom is our very own Freddie Dogtrum. I asked her earlier this week for her top 3 tips for anyone that was interested in becoming a successful speaker. And really quick, the 3 that she gave me were to, and this is a topic for another speech, obviously, but the 3 that she gave me were to gather, create, and craft a story file. Pits, put in time speaking, practice, 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 and then a bonus one was run it like a business. So we're going to look first at how you can save and record your speeches, like keep a log of your speeches in Pathways, which is one of the really cool new features. So can everyone see my screen okay here? Yeah, awesome. All right, so this is what it looks like when you first log in. The red ones are legacy paths. We're not going to spend time on those today, but I did make sure that I had one of the newer paths when things transitioned over. And actually, I have it ready to go so that you don't have to wait for it to load because like Toastmasters sites all over, it can be a little slow. But other than that, it's pretty awesome. So when you come in, it's like a typical learning platform that you would see in Coursera or a masterclass. You have a menu on the side that's going to help you navigate through. Again, there's a lot of great content. It's much more cleanly presented than it was. There's a lot of really neat interactive elements that you can use as you move through it. But where I want to focus for showing you how you can use pathways to keep track of the speeches you've given is down in the complete your project, which is one of the very final steps. And in here, you can see I did this with this speech for today. You can add the details of your speech. So the speech title, the date, you choose which club, which then automatically lets you pick which member is going to be your evaluator. And then you can send them a message, a description of what you're looking for in your speech, which you're looking for them to evaluate you on. And then you can either just save it as a log or you can save an email, and that's going to send them a copy of the evaluation. Uh, Really, it's a very clean email with a simple button to click. And what the link that it takes them to is not just a PDF with a limited number of characters to fill in. It has plenty of space and it's much more cleanly laid out. Now, even if you're in a legacy path, you can still get to, let's see if I come back home up here, you can still get to all of the evaluation resources under the resources, of which there's a lot, so it takes a little while to load, but also under the feedback. This is where you can see under evaluation feedback, you can see all of the different evaluation forms, as well as the feedback you've received through Pathways. Because once your evaluator fills out the form, they can kick it right back to you. And just to give you a quick, oh, I always have to remember how to. I'm still new at this, so when you see it online, it looks really good. I'm not going to bog myself down with it because I know I have limited time. So with Freddie's advice of building that story file, of putting in the practice, and of running it like a business, logging what you're doing. Using that speech log in Pathways to track your speeches is going to be very helpful for your progress forwards. And you can see all of the speeches that I've done down here under my achievements. These tabs are all really easy to navigate. So you get all of your badges for all of your different projects that you've completed. But for what we're talking about right now, this speech log shows all of my speeches. I wish I had this all in one place since the beginning. It's in Free Toast Host, but it's not all gathered in one place. And unfortunately, I didn't do it on my own. But now moving forwards, I know that all of my speeches are going to be logged in here. Again, it's not the details. It just gives you, the whatever information you put into it, but you do have that listing. Now, the second person that I talked to, I'll let you guys see my email since I'm already sharing. The second person that I reached out to was Cheryl Rausch, and she gave me 3 habits and 3 tools, but I wanted to focus on the habits, and those were to observe other speakers, hire coaches, and have mentors, advisors, and coaches who are doing what you're doing. And that's where this feedback or the achievements and feedback section kind of correlates to that advice that she gave, where you can get feedback from members and you can send feedback to members in fun ways with these badges. So besides just the evaluation feedback, which is obviously one of the really helpful things that's in Toastmasters, we can also encourage and motivate each other through these badges. And you simply click to give feedback. You choose your club, you choose your member. So let's say, let's see, there's Tammy, right? And she did an awesome job this morning being adaptable, right? So I can select to send her a badge. I can even write a note if I want to. You really rolled with the punches this morning, right? and and then I could choose whether or not I want to have that feedback be visible to everyone or just to the selected members only. So since I'm doing this on the fly, I'm just gonna send it to just so Tammy can see the words. But this badge is gonna show up on her profile now moving forward. So we can encourage each other, including in different roles. So when someone takes on a new role in in a new member takes on a new role, we can send them some feedback. And I really really like this visibility option because, as always, whenever you're giving feedback anywhere in life, we want to praise in public and critique in private. So if you do want to give some critical feedback or suggestions for the next time, just make the visibility to the select member only. The badge will still show up there. We can still encourage them, but you can have that critique say in private. If it's all good, then let it be visible to everyone. All the club members can see it. So there's a lot that I could go into. I spent an hour doing a workshop for my district, diving into all of the different corners of Pathways. Those are just 2 of the fun features that would be awesome if we could all use to encourage each other to track our speeches moving forwards. And with that, I'm going to pass it back to Miss Tammy Nischuk as our Toastmaster of the day.